Hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Today I want to talk about storage, because physical media collectors always need more storage. Now for those of you who follow the channel, know I've been downsizing. You didn't see that just then. But you know, I've been downsizing, which are putting stuff into these plastic sleeves. And you know, this is the size of an average cover. That's the size of a sleeve. Look at how much space you're saving. I could fit easily in that space. Let's do the experiment. Let's grab a handful. What's that? That's about 5. I could fit about like 5 in the same space as one DVD. So I am seeing space savings in this sleeve method that I've been doing. Now they are the same serial that Midnight has. They're called I think they're called DeJoyce or Terrafold or something along those lines. And I'm not affiliate. I'm not getting paid for them, guys. I'm not nothing. So that's how I've been doing it. I've been saving a lot of space. I've been reusing some of the boxes where I can. Some boxes I fold down. So on and so forth. You get what the gist is of that. I'm just going to put these down on the floor because we want them out of the way. But now I'm getting to the point where I'm starting to think, okay, I don't really want to go the sleeve method for my Blu-ray collection. Now, when it comes to DVDs, I'm not actively watching DVDs all that often. So with the DVDs, it makes sense because it's not getting as much use. Whereas my Blu-ray portion, it's the background of every video I do. It's something that I actively watch. So when it comes to that, when I first started this collection, I'm talking about 2020, this portion of the collection, I've had previous collections that didn't work out or I tore down when I went digital ages back. When I started this portion of the collection, I call this iteration 2 of my collection. I started doing a method way back, and I think it might be the solution, where if I had an existing Blu-ray copy, I would put it in with the 4K. And what I would do with the covers is I would put the 4K cover in front of the Blu-ray cover. So that way you still have it there, you can still retain it. In the case where sometimes there's 2 discs, there's a way to do that as well. But, you know, this might be the method for the way I do the Blu-ray collection in terms of managing the doubles. And the reason you would keep the doubles as well is because sometimes there's not always like special features on these 4K discs. Sometimes you don't even get a second disc in there. You're just kind of at the mercy of what they give you. I don't even know if this code's being used, but I don't know. I'm never going to use it. If you guys want to see a code, I don't care. Like, where's that for? Universal anytime. Oh, well, you guys watch the channel. I don't know. Why do I have multiple digital codes? I don't know. Them. I don't know. If you got that in that little span of time, that little code, people are going to stop and freeze frame this video. Here's to you. I don't use the digital codes, but yeah. That's a method I used to do further back, and I'm starting to think with the doubles I could take that method again. So that's a method I could do. I also have other ones here, like the James Bond 007 ones. I know for this one I had Casino Royale. And what I did with this is I ended up using a one of these double things, little things from another cover. So I put the Blu-rays in there and the 4K was alone, so that's what I did with that. I believe I did the same thing with Iron Man. And the reason I did that was because the space savings is worth it. And I think that might be the way. I kept the booklet in there. Obviously the booklet came with the other disc. The other one was like the Diamond Edition or something. But, you know, I'm keeping it all together in one case. That could be the solution for the doubles. I know I did it with Iron Man 100% sure. I'm positive it went with Iron Man. Or I kept the disc in there. There we go, I did the same thing with Iron Man, when I had the Blu-ray copy of Iron Man and I kept them together. So, you know, very interesting way to do it. I may go back to that method for the doubles. As for the ones I'm not too keen about, like the stuff on my shelf that I don't watch, maybe they're the ones I fold down and put into cases like I've showed you. But then what I don't show on the screen is I often don't show my CD collection. I have a decent sized CD collection. I've just got Fergie here, some random CD I picked up to do the video. Now the problem with these CD cases is these take up space as well. Now I could do the plastic sleeves. I know they sell plastic sleeves that are similar to the DVD covers. That's a method I'm looking at. Or at Officeworks in Australia, they sell these like slim covers, which you could probably fit 2 in the same size as one CD. Let's test it out. So you could probably fit, yeah, 2 in the same space as a normal CD. So I could double the amount of quantity and figure that out. But let's just try it out. So Basically, the sleeves get you to do this method anyways, where you fold down the covers and keep everything there, and it's all in one place. I know that. But see, I've got the CD in there. The CD's still held. But let's try it with Fergie, because I know Fergie was going to be the next one I try with. So let's get the CD out, nice pristine. Let's put that into its new place. There we go. Let's get all the art and all that out of there, so we're keeping everything. As for the stickers on the front of the case, unless it's something particular, like special edition is not too gripping of a thing. But if it's something like Fergie Presents Blah or something, I might keep stickers. But I haven't decided that far ahead yet. I don't think special edition's anything worth keeping. I mean, people might be saying you must keep the stickers as well. I'm not sentimental. So there's the case. And let's just fold this down. So we're going to put it right there where that fold is. Boom. Just like that. There we go. Put Fergie in the center. And what I like to do is I like to put the booklet right there, match it up. Oh, yep, we got it right. Put that in there anyhow. It's going to come out of place when I try to do this, but that's okay. I can fix it up later. I know you guys like to see this process, but I swear I could just skip past it if you want me to. I am going to do it on camera though. Let me get this right. This is a bit tedious though. This is tedious to do it this way, but I feel like this would be a good method should I take this method. Because I would retain everything. That's the whole point of this. This is about retention and making sure that when my collections are possibly at the point where I can display them again, where I have the space, maybe some future point in time, this one has a big boy booklet, so I'm encountering a problem on the actual thing. The booklet is far too big for the actual case. So this method might not work for all CDs, actually. Oh, hold on. It might have just got jammed. No, the booklet was just jammed. Let's try putting that across there now. I think it's just when this was on there, it was kind of gripping it a bit. But this is tedious. This is going to be a tedious process. You know what I might do? I might even just put that on the back there. It doesn't really have to be all that seen. It's going to be very tight, but this is why we do trial and error, guys. This is why physical media collectors, we do trial and error. That's going to look horrendous. I think I might do the plastic sleeves, actually. But you know what I'm saying? This is about why we try to figure out as physical media collectors what we like, what we don't like, what we feel might be the best method. Like, at the end of the day, there's no sure way to do this. I know people are sentimental about the cases. I know the plastic is very important to keeping the disc safe. But if you're being very careful of how you do this, I think it can be done. Certainly, I've done it with the Blues Brothers, but here we go. Let's get that how it is. I know I'm taking longer on this than I should, but hey, you guys want more videos? That was mean. Sorry, guys. But yeah, let's jam that in anyhow. That looks horrendous. No, I'm not doing this one with Fergie. Fergie is going to go somewhere else, but it's Fergie. I don't give a crap about Fergie. But, sorry Fergie, I like the Black Eyed Peas. I like your Black Eyed Peas songs, but, I mean, other than London Bridges and My Humps, and My Humps was a Black Eyed Peas song I'm positive of. But, let's put that back in the case for now, because that is not going to work for this purpose. There we go. It's all back in its place. But do you understand what I'm saying? Like, when you're a physical media collector, you're trying to figure out the space, and you're trying to figure out the solution. There is a solution to this. Booklets are the main thing. Like, you want to keep all the information. Like, that's what I want to keep as well. But trial and error. It's all about trial and error with this stuff, you know? And I know this video is going to be boring as. I know people are going to be like, what was this video about? This is why we don't keep cases. Plastic things fall off it and that. Who cares? I've got 1,000 of those cases. As I said, Fergie I got for $1 at the Salvos. Like, the whole intention is to fold it down. Like, in fact, did I pay $1? I probably got a bulk deal of them of probably 10 cents. Probably paid for that. Anyways, do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to actively find solutions. Now, I recently sold my laser discs. Those couldn't be folded down and they were heavy. So I sold the laser discs. I'm trying to get rid of VHS tapes because VHS you can't fold down. They can't be fixed. Now, I also have HD DVDs off to the side. I'm not going to grab one because they're too far off to the side. But I am trying to actively figure of, do I want to keep 4K Blu-ray? Not 4K Blu-ray. Do I want to keep HD DVD? Or do I want to fold those down like I did with DVDs? That's another thing I got to think. This is the analyzing stage where you try to figure out what you're doing. But that being said, I don't have the solution. As I said, I got these little things that I could put inside the covers. Let's say, I don't know. Let's say I had a copy of Mission Impossible. I think that already has 2 discs in it. It's more about the single ones. If you have a single disc that you don't have, whatever. Most of them ship 2 discs, except Marvel. Marvel don't, for some reason. I've already put Iron Man 2 in there as well. There you go. So obviously I had a copy of Iron Man 2 already. But I've done this a lot with the MCU. Done it with Thor back in the day. There we go. Blu-ray and then 4K. So you see, this is a solution I've actively taken in the past. Let's try Guardians. Okay, nothing in there. So let's say I had a Blu-ray copy of Guardians. Most cases have this thing already, so I could easily put another disc in there, Blu-ray 4K. And that would retain the disc, because I don't want to scratch Blu-rays if I had doubles. But as I said, there's going to be way too many Blu-rays as well. Are you guys learning anything with this video? I feel like I'm just ranting at this point. But, I don't know. It's not anything I'm 100% certain of, but it's something that might work. And, yeah, any creative guy, any solutions you have, creative solutions in terms of managing a collection this size without selling it. End of the day, I like the ability to grab something like Stormboy off the shelf. Love the ability to grab Stormboy off the shelf and be like, I've got Stormboy. I like the ability to have the description. I can actively read that and be like, oh yeah, I've got that. Yeah, good movie. But you know, there's so much on my shelves here that I'm like constantly trying to manage, but I'm also trying to do it in a smart way to where I need to downsize, and I'm sticking to that word. When you come up with a mandate of, I've got to downsize, you have to stick to your word and say, you know what? I promised myself I was going to do this. Let's figure out the solution here. So, yeah. With Blu-rays, I'd like to hear your creative solutions in the comments. What are you guys thinking for the CDs, especially? Like the CDs, I've got those... I could buy the Terrafold, D-Joist, whatever they're called, CD sleeves, I could. Like the DVDs. Or I could try to fit them into these little slim cases, which they don't fit as many, but they're very, very slim. Or I could just keep them in the big cases, in which case I need to find more space, which I don't have. So I'm trying to manage it. But that could also come down to selling my, I don't know, sell all my wrestling VHS tapes, which I am actively trying to do. I mean, I don't think there's anyone who's going to throw out, like, I want to spend 10K on all your wrestling VHS tapes, because I've got a lot of them. I don't think anyone's going to throw out an offer like that, so meaning I'm going to have to part them out piece by piece. I was surprised when someone made the offer to buy all the laser discs. Like, that was surprising to me, where I was like, okay, yes, let's do it. I had to take a loss on them, but happy to move all that quantity and do it all in one time. Like, people say, oh, why would you take a loss on your laser discs? Oh, that's not very good. Because I value the time I could be putting towards other stuff. So I do value that time, and I'm like, okay, I could spend weeks, months, years trying to offload this stuff. Or I could do a lower price, offload everything, including the player, and then you've moved all that space. You've taken a loss, but the time it would have taken for you to make time, go meet with someone, give it to them, go to the post office to post if you were doing it that way. It's just time, you know, and I don't want to spend time doing that. I know, I'll take the loss so I don't have to deal with that sort of process. I'll rather just get rid of everything in one go. And yeah. I don't know if I would ever sell all the Blu-ray collection. This is very good to me, but I don't know. If someone came to me and said, Jamie, we'll give you $100,000 for your Blu-ray collection. Well, I think that's a bit high, but we'll give you $70,000 for all your Blu-ray collection and 4Ks. Give us everything and we'll take it off your hands. I don't know. I'd have to see the money first, but because I don't believe anyone's going to pay that much for my Blu-ray collection, but I'll be like, ooh, like, you know, I'd have to consider that. Not that I'm selling it, I'm not selling it. I am going to manage it because I like my collection. I like my Colombian classics up here. I like everything in the collection. I also like the games off to the side. I don't show the games too often because it's a bit of a mess over there. Let me turn this whole thing around. I'm coming over here to turn it around. I don't show the gaming section too often, so because it's just a mess over there at the moment, there's all mess down on here because I've got boxes over here of Dragon Ball Z. I've got some pop vinyls here, obviously the pop vinyls that used to be over here. So there's a lot of stuff I've got to offload over here. This is kind of the storage canal or whatever it is of my collection of what I need to get rid of, what I need to make space of, what I don't have space in the collection anymore. Got the horror collection over here. The horror collection has always remained. The video games are over here, but obviously I've went out and bought some more games, so I need to, I got Raw and also WrestleMania 21 for Xbox. So I've got to make more space for those, and yeah, it's just going to be a pain. But yeah, this is a work in progress, and that's one thing you got to take away from this collection. I don't have all the answers. And I know people get annoyed by just saying, oh, you're speaking for all physical media collectors. Well, I don't have to speak for all physical media collectors. At the end of the day, I am just showing one solution to a common problem across all physical media collectors. If you decide to say, oh, I would never do that with my collection, then great. There are many other options to do. There are many other ways to do this. There are people who pay for storage units and put all their collection in there and house it. But to me, I've just been like, why would I put it in a storage unit? If I'm not going to actively use it, then why not just sell it and let someone appreciate it? But anyways, guys, I've ranted on for however long. I feel like I'm just ranting. I spent way too long on that Fergie CD and then ended up just breaking the top of it at the end of the day. Trial and error. But as I said, anyone who says, oh, he broke the case, the top plastic part of the case, at the end of the day, that is coming out of that case at some point, whether it's when I get these sleeves, if I buy any, or if I decide to put it in there. At the end of the day, it is going in one of these methods, and I haven't decided what one, but it is going not to be in that case. So the case at this point, I'm viewing it as possibly, I don't know, I would try to donate it, but I feel like they'll just send it to landfill. That's another solution. I've got literally bags full. I'll show you this, because this is another solution of when you do these teardowns. I've got literally bags full of cases from the DVD portions, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with these because I don't want to burden a charity or whatever. I feel like I'd be burdening a charity, and so I want to see them stay in circulation. I want to see physical media collectors appreciate them and swap out their bad covers with good covers. That said, I'm probably going to have thousands of these things by the end of this. So I need to figure out that solution, whether it's a recycling center or whatever I take them directly to. That's another solution I'm trying to figure out. But anyways, guys, I will finish it there because I've ranted on for too long, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace! And of course, as soon as I stop recording, Fergie ends up going into the case I want it to go in. I figured it out. But yeah, save that much space by doing this. Works.